What's going on, guys? So that is an incredibly busy looking box. This is a Gundam with skis, because he likes snow? I don't know. And this is Master Grade Monday. Let's get to it. What's up, guys? So today on this 00CTOBER Master Grade Monday, hoy, we've got a big old Gundam. And it is the Gundam Avalanche Exia. So yeah, this thing is a not P-BANDAI, kind of like the XN Riser was last year, and it is an official MG, but clearly it's not a real P-BANDAI, or else we wouldn't have all this lovely colorful artwork. We actually get real colors, although excessive amount of green particles, if I'm honest. So this version, I don't know the full story behind it, but it's definitely an upgraded Exia with way more maneuvering thrusters, beefed up armor, stuff like that, and skis for some reason. And clear, he's chopping through things, and it is from the V side story variant. So if you know more about it, you're going to tell me in the comments anyway, so I'm not going to bother asking you to do it. You're already typing as I'm speaking this right now. You've already hit enter on the comments. So this is from my buddy Christian. He brought it over along with the advanced Jinx we looked at last week.
Yes, sir.
And of course, thank you, sir, for making this possible.
No, you're very welcome.
Now, what sucks... Yeah, of course, thank you for making the long trek up here. What sucks about this, though, I can't really add it into my class of 2018 because I didn't build it.
Oh.
So I'll have to get this thing before the year is over to actually build it. So you do get 2018 down here. Why is there an apostrophe after Exia?
I didn't notice that.
Why is there an apostrophe? I don't know. That's odd. Just noticed it. Alright, so we come down here to the bottom of the box, and you've got, well, that's probably one of the tallest Gundams ever. High mobility mode. So that'd be the dash mode, because it says dash unit. High speed mode. What? That's high mobility, that's high speed. High mobility, high speed. High mobility. So basically what happens is stuff folds. That's all that really happens. The skis pop out, and he stands on them and goes faster. And then the thrusters pop out of virtually all the things. And here you have, oh, it's got crab arms. They come out of everywhere. I think to some degree, it borrows some technology from a, what were we? The GN arms, and maybe even the weapons pod, like that, kind of.
Yeah.
And there you have way more yellow and blue, a big bulky Exia. So if your Exia already didn't have weak ankles, this is how you get it, even weaker ankles. Add more weight to it. And look, he's flying away from you. And Avalanche unit, thanks. Thanks, box, for stating the obvious. Ugh. By the way, this is heavy because there's a ton of spare runners left. If anybody's built an Exia variant ever since Build Fighters, you have so many empty runners, or I'm sorry, leftover runners. It's absolutely ridiculous. So you got Master Grade, Gundam 00V, Avalanche Exia with an apostrophe. Seriously, has it? Maybe that's part of the name. I don't know. Avalanche Exia apostrophe. I don't understand. Somebody let me know. Celestial Being, Mobile Suit, GN01HSA01D. As if your names weren't long. So High Speed, Aoid. Oh. BandaiHobby.net. Oh, good God, this box is heavy. It's like a pound, and it's just like holding it out there on my fingertips. Front view, rear view. Yay, it's got all the things. And by the way, it comes with a stand, and you absolutely need the stand. Avalanche Exia. It has things. New holographic parts are included. By holographic, they mean clear plastic stuff that's shiny. And you've got water slides that sadly aren't on this kit because somebody ran out of time to put them on. There's your clear base. It's all GN particly. Yeah, like you said, you were going to send me a picture of that. Hey, look, I'm cutting GN particles. You got your poly bag. You got your top cover box. It's made of paper. Did you know that? Did they make the box out of paper?
No, I thought it was cardboard.
Same difference. And you got your obligatory warning, ages 15 and up. Hey, he's right in the middle of that. And you got 6,700 yen. Well, we can't laugh too hard at that because we didn't pay that much more.
No, we didn't.
So this is something I've talked about with some other people. They're like, why do these kits cost so much? You want to know why? There's 3 pounds of plastic in here. That's why it costs so much. Not to mention, in this case, it's a whole lot of new runners. So, and because we have actual artwork, Morishita Naochika, my favorite artist. And that name's going to get repeated a whole lot this month. I've already done it many times. So, yeah, that legitimate shook the table. I'm telling you, there's a lot of stuff in there. New Exia! Still upside down. Why? Because that's what happens. Let's get to it. Alright guys, it started raining in between the previous scene and this one, so sorry for the background noise. I'll talk over it. But here we have Avalanche Exia out here, and mostly done. Mostly done. The kit itself is built, or the Gundam itself is built. Looks pretty cool. And looks very beefy. And yeah, for those asking, he won't stand in this mode on his feet for obvious huge reasons, sticking out his backside. But that's why you get the cool action base. And this is a modern action base, the same kind that comes with your Justice or the Fenice MG. So, oh, my thing is too tight. Can't rotate. There we go. Okay. So, this thing is big and beefy and definitely Exia shaped. So, alright, so tell me how the build was, because obviously it's an Exia to begin with, which I've built one of.
It's interesting. It was nice going back to 2009 for some runners.
Yeah.
But it's cool. I would say that it needs. I wish the shoulders, the holographic parts.
Yep, these guys.
Those guys aren't really needed.
No.
Because then it really makes, like, if you move the shoulder armor, it's really loose. It won't connect.
Yeah. Yeah, because this is based off more of the original version of the Exia, not the later versions, that get rid of the holographic part, at least shoulder-wise. Obviously, they stay. Oh, actually, no, in the thighs. They swaps them out on the thighs. So, I mean, they look neat. I mean, you do get the cool, like, I don't know if they're going to come across on camera as much, but the polarized effect, yeah, it does. You can see it down here in the thigh. I enjoyed the Exia, but as we discussed earlier off camera, Exia was the second kit I ever built. So,
it was my third. I felt.
Very quiet high five. It's all good. And I do appreciate that you did brown panel lining on the yellow. Smart boy. You may have learned from the best somewhere along the line.
I learned. I take notes.
He takes notes. He's actually a very good builder. I've seen a few of his builds. Obviously, this is the second build we're looking at for him. But I'm leaving him in this cool cross arm post, which you did for that, because we're going to bring in good old standard Exia. Like I was saying before, the one I built, so they can get ready for their own HGTV show. Exia and Exia. Let's get to building. It could be a thing. Hold on. I want to get like a shot of that. Hold on. Like that, looking up. That'll be an inside joke just for us. But obviously, for the most part, it does do all the same things. I assume even the forearms are probably the same, minus lenses.
Oh, it's on there.
It does have the lens there?
Yes.
Okay. Because it does have these thruster cannon booster units. Don't know what the heck they are, but they're on the forearms. And along with these new parts, they got to be like some kind of thruster because it plugs into the hole on the forearm.
I think it is a thruster when it comes down to in the box art. You have them in dash mode.
Yeah.
Flying out. So I think it's like.
Okay. I mean, it would make sense. I had no clue. You know what? Just looking at it, I did a decent job painting that V-fin. That's just Gundam marker.
That is cool.
That's one of the only times yellow has come across decent for me. Which I'm trying to paint some stuff yellow right now. That's why I bring that up. But either way, so the legs virtually the same all the way down, except for you don't put the lenses in here because you have the big units coming out here and then off the back. And we'll discuss it in a little bit. There are other options. You can do the regular Avalanche Exia. This is the dash version, which means skis. And one other good difference here is the entire back skirt is completely different. So this guy here has all the extra weapons mounts, and you're going to talk.
Technically, you pop that out and it's the exact same thing.
Well, because I was saying just here all that. So all this comes off this way?
Yeah.
You can't just let me have a moment, can you?
I can.
Does it? Yeah, it does move a little bit. And the new holographic parts here. So these are your new GN whatevers. I don't know. And you've got the 4 beam sabers that just hang off of Exia, like little skin tags. Good luck getting that thought out of your head. But up here, they're just poke you out the back like a little Spinosaurus. Got like a Stegosaurus on his head. I think it looks pretty cool. I'm sad I don't have it yet. Considering I've got this Exia and I've got the Dark Matter, I'm not pulling those out for comparison. So sorry guys, those things are a mess and hard to handle, so they're going to stay in storage. But for right now, we'll put Daddy Exia over there. Which, by the way, in case anybody was wondering, that is the Exia Repair, or the Ignition Exia. So that's why we'll see some parts that might be mildly different. Now this guy, the shoulders, does he use a regular actual shoulder armor underneath these?
Yes.
It looks like it does. Okay.
It does.
So really most of this, with the exception of like right here.
And those actually just pop off.
Yeah, I figured they pop off and then regular ones would pop back on because it's just on a little hingy bit. I built a couple Exias. So a lot of it just add-on parts. So, I mean, they could have made this as a big add-on kit if they really wanted to. And there was a third-party version. Not red knockoff, a third-party one. Forgot who made
Dragon Momoko.
I don't think, was it Dragon?
Or was it Daban?
It wasn't Daban. I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway, I don't care. Somebody's saying that it's a knockoff. We don't care. I do like the new front skirts, although those look very Vidar-like, don't they?
Yeah.
That is straight up Vidar. Put a pistol there. But these do clip on over the normal front skirts.
Yes, sir.
For the most part. But they look like there was something for them to... Oh, this is what tabs in. Okay, so this is new. I'm just comparing, just looking at the thing. Weird, okay. So, I mean, it's all just like add-ons. So you basically build a regular Exia and just throw stuff onto it, huh?
Yeah.
And it's just where they plug other things on. Okay, so we're gonna skip Articulation because he's mostly the same as regular Exia. If you need to see that, by all means, go back watch my old Exia review because the 00CTOBER playlist will be up here in the corner anyway. So why not? So just imagine it's about as articulate, but probably limited due to the giant back leg thingies. However, those can be removed. We're not going to do it on screen because it's a bit of work. But if you were to pop these side parts off here,
Yeah.
and pop this off of the kneecap, that comes off the backside. So you have a standard Exia kneecap, and then a couple filler pieces.
Yes.
Basically to make it the normal Avalanche Exia. So if you want to go there, sorry, Exia apostrophe. Why is it an apostrophe? Why? Somebody tell us. Now it makes me want to look at the old one and see
if it's on there.
if it has an apostrophe, because that'd be cool. All right, so I'm going to take it off the stand. I know, scary. And we'll try to go through the transformations. The folding out of parts is basically what it comes down to. And we're going to do this with the least amount of parts falling off as possible. It does have, like I said, cool GN particle base. Yay! I have the old Celestial Being bases. But they're kind of useless. Now, if they made the Celestial Being base like this, that would be tight. Jinx.
You owe me a Coke.
No, bitch, I said it first. So, all the things are the same. You still got the flipper outer radiator fins. Did you know that's what those are?
No, I didn't.
That is what they are. They're radiator fins. Those for helping dealing with the heat of the GN drive.
Wow.
That's why all the early Gundams have them.
I didn't even notice them.
I know. You haven't done this for a month like I have. You haven't done this for a month for a couple years like I have. Head is identical. No changes there. Like I said, beam sabers are everywhere. These armors remind me of the the extra Grey's Kai shoulders that aren't really from the Grey's Kai. Yeah, it's just cool. I like the beefiness. The shoulders right here have extra hidden thrusters, but you got a nice little thingy here. And I assume this just flops down to expose. Does it just like that?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, that's neat. By the way, those are the ones I always paint gold. Like, if you go back, the actual GN thrusters that are on everything, I always paint those gold. But in this case, the yellow looks pretty good. Now, I wouldn't paint the whole thing, like just the inside bits, yeah. Like, I wouldn't paint the whole, everything yellow on that, just the thrusters.
I was really thinking about everything blue that you see was gonna become like a metallic blue, like a mecha blue, and then go with the gold, with the yellow transform to gold.
I don't do that.
But
that honestly wouldn't look good. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. It would not look good, my friend.
And then I just thought about it, and I was just like, well, being an Exia, let's just keep it how it is.
All right. So for the legs, you get this bit here. Does it just kick up like so?
Yeah.
Okay. Does it set up or anything?
No.
There's another secret tab. Oh, that it does. It should tab in there, right? Yeah. Kind of tabs up there. Weird. So these flip down, that tabs up, because there is actually a peg right there, and there's a corresponding hole on the other side. So perhaps that's how it do. As for the dash parts, how do we play with that? Does it just fold out? Oh, okay, yeah. I thought it felt like it was pegged in. That's why I was asking. All right, so if we go to high maneuverable mode, basically you're gonna fold that down. That doesn't really pop out. It just kind of chills there. And then you've got this guy with this part.
Yeah, that thruster comes out.
Or does it? So that's what the foot chills on. Is it for this mode, or is it for the next mode that pops out?
That pops for the next one.
Okay, so close that down. Either way, we're going to pretend that I'm doing it the right way, because that's how we function on this channel. Just pretend. At some point, Shoki might know what the heck he's talking about. Come on, guys. Let's just be real here. Cool. Okay, I'm digging it already. And that doesn't move, it just hinges out from there. So, high-speed maneuvering mode. Swoosh. Okay. It's too tall.
Then the pieces...
What pieces?
By the legs. Bottom. Those pieces pop. There you go.
Yeah, I did that, and then it didn't do anything for me. Like, so that's your high-speed mode?
And then they click on.
Okay, so this is going into ski mode. Okay. So this just comes under, quote unquote. I'm just gonna do it like this, like that. Sound good? So we basically just nonchalantly went straight to ski mode, because who cares? So that he can technically stand on if you really want to go there. Hi, my name is Exia. I like to ski. Well, we need the beam saber so he can literally be like mushing. So we didn't cut out the beam saber blades, but you guys know what those look like, right? Should. You've been here a while. Okay, so that's basically it for transformation purposes. Wow, he's got all these thrusters back here. I didn't even notice. Cool. Oh, I basically tried to knock off the entire butt skirt. Stay. So he does actually... Hip-wise, he should have the same slide out for the swords, but you're not going to use them, but they're there.
Yeah, they're there, but you don't.
Okay, so, because once again, we're just kind of playing with this as we go. Once again, sadly, while he didn't have time to do the stickers, he also did not have time to do the weapons, which I don't know how the hell you build a kit without the weapons, Christian. But, you know, unfortunately, someone has weapons that fit this. Booyah!
The Great Shoki.
That's your future right there. Ankles. Everybody says it's the ankles. It's not really the ankles. It's the toes. The toes are pointless. Like if you were to glue the toes flat on, it would be okay. But in fact, there's a polycap right there that makes it springy.
Oh, those two polycaps?
Yeah, those two polycaps up there. There's a springiness to it. That's why it ends up. Okay, so weapons. Sword. You guys have seen this God knows how many times on an Exia, but it does still work on this one. So you kind of neglect the bottom angular part here, but you want to open up the hand. I really kind of wish they would retroactively put better hands on this. Just put your handle in the hand, kind of however you need to do. And
yeah,
if you can plug it in, plug it in.
I tried to give it a thumbs up.
No, don't.
And it couldn't.
You have to You have to turn the thumb inward and then rotate it up, and it looks really strange. All right, so that's basically as good as that's going to get. So we want to drop the plug-on part right in there, more or less. Can't see how it's going, but I'm just going to assume it's good, and it's good. So he can technically hold the normal GN sword from the Exia. He does have one. We just, of course, don't have it done because somebody didn't build it. And you can flip out the blade, and you can go whooshy whooshy, killy killy. You know, that's what Exia does. Whooshy whooshy, killy killy. But it's a little awkward there. But you can hold it in sword mode, which I really don't like it in sword mode, personally. Like, have you ever actually seen anybody use it like the sword? Like this?
Oh, no.
Yeah, the full-on sword mode.
Yeah, no, that's weird.
It is weird. That's why people don't do it. But it does say that you can. You can totally, hey! But the cool thing is this guy has lots and lots of weapon storage. I love weapon storage. It's the best thing on the planet. So you sold the Ford away. You heard me. This is what it sounds like to be having a stroke on camera. And then you turn the thing around and you've got these cool little pluggies back here. So I think you're supposed to rotate. Consult the instructions!
Yeah, you fold it.
Does the blade go up?
In.
Does the blade point upward or downward?
Upwards.
So like this?
Yes.
And then you plug it on like this?
Yes, sir.
Or does the shield go to the inside or the outside?
The shield is facing outside.
So I did it right without even checking. All right. So we plug that on, and you have a big old swordy boardy hanging out there. And he can actually, well, he can't, but the Gundam itself could reach back and grab that.
If needed.
If needed. So basically what we're going to end up with here is a lot of weapons hanging off his back. Because, shablong, you can totally take the other swordy swords. Mind you, the swords that come with this version of Exia are not these cool chrome ones. They're the like bad silver plastic. It's not bad. It's just not the good. But of course, if you have a Malto chrome marker, you can totally do it. Just give it like 17 weeks to dry, and it might be okay. Or just never touch them, one way or the other. Or just give yourself some good silver paint. Give it a quick spritz, like I did for my my other Exia. Did you see me knock that out of its hand? Like with the other sword. So yeah, he can hold all the things. So technically, this is Gundam Avalanche -7 Swords version. Hi. He's so bulky, he's like awkward. He's like, yeah. I like it. I really do like this design. It's cool. A little too much yellow for my taste, but it's not bad. Alright, so what we do with these guys. Technically speaking, he could use these back here, but this new extra buck skirt is a bit wider, so you're not going to do it that way. See how he's already trying to fall over, despite the fact he has enormous skis on? You do get this adapter here with the two little peggy pegs, and they do go right in that little holy hole.
Facing upwards.
Oh, yeah. Duh. Because that's safe. I think what he ultimately wants to do is just fly along forward and just skewer everything as he's going. Did the big sword go on the inside or outside? Does it matter?
No, it doesn't.
I'm doing it right anyways by looking at the instructions. Good for me. Good for me. What does the center tab do? Is that part of anything? There's a little peg right there. Does that do anything?
No.
Consult the instructions. Okay, so nobody there. Good. Fine. I didn't want to put anything there anyway. So there we go. Now we have the Exia Avalanche Dashi. The funny thing is, like, the beam sabers are getting all caught up in yourselves. Is that actually on a... Is that actually a swivel, or am I breaking something?
No, that's a swivel.
Okay, good. Yeah, these shoulders have the same problems the normal Exia has, and that's what you were talking about earlier with the holographic parts. They actually cause a spring effect and want to force the shoulder armor off. Is that what you were talking about earlier?
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. I don't know why I just had a weird, like it's just good. Like, this one should have the V-fin from mine. Like, I think the yellow V-fin would, like, ultimately, like, what do you think?
Put the cherry on the top.
I forget, does it just come straight out, or do you got to take that off and then pull it out?
No, it pops straight off.
Okay, let's look. Let's try to do this without breaking anything. I stress the try, because mine might be glued in. Let's pause the camera so we're not wasting. It's actually fairly close. All right, guys. So we were debating about it off camera, but somebody's an idiot and didn't realize that he could just swap the heads instead of taking them apart. So we got that far. But you guys let me know. I actually dig it with the yellow V-fin. He's on the fence. He actually, and I get your point because the white, it needs the white to sort of break it up. But I think it looks better on him than it did on mine. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
I get where you're coming from.
The hood?
Mm-hmm.
I'm into hood. How about no V-fin?
Yeah, it's pretty decent.
Now, I have seen people lately doing the Astrea Type F or Astrea Type F Avalanche. So people are going real crazy. They're just throwing Avalanche parts on everybody. Everybody gets an Avalanche. Although the ball joint for the head has now decided it doesn't want to function hardly anymore. Look, that's not right. Oh. That would be why it's not right. The polycap was completely turned. Please plug on. Please plug on. Please plug on. Guys, if you take your head off your Exia, be very careful putting it back on.
Do not try this.
It seriously won't go back on. Oh, Jesus, finally. So yeah, I was gonna donate you a cool V-fin for your kid, but fine, I get it. You just don't like my V-fin.
Not that I don't like it.
You didn't like my V-fin. I'm gonna take my swords off of it now because it doesn't deserve the swords if it doesn't like my V-fin.
Oh, okay.
All right, and then also it does do other things since we sidetracked there on the V-fin for a bit. Oh, and by the way, if you want to put the LEDs in there, you definitely can.
Yes.
I'm not gonna dig that thing out of there to put LEDs on it. Let's just be honest with ourselves. All right, so what you got now is you can put the old Exia shield on here. So this guy right here, using this adapter right here. And I assume it goes this way. Looking at the shape of things. Yeah, it does. Okay. And you take that and you plug it point side up.
The other way around.
This way? Oh, tail down. Okay. And just plug it right in there, and now you have your Exia completely armed from the back. Because reasons. Weapon storage, dang it. Weapon storage. It's full armor Exia is what it is.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. It's full armor Exia. Call it what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Let's lean the camera way back. Look at that biggie beastie. That's cool looking, dude. Now you have to go home and actually finish it.
Yeah.
Here we go. It looks a lot like a Transformer.
Yes.
It really does.
That's what I was getting in my head the whole time I was getting to it. I'm just all like, man, is this Exia or Transformer?
Yes. Yes, it is. Alright guys, so we're going to put this thing back up on the stand for a moment because we missed a part. By we, I mean I, because I knew it was going to be a thing, but I got sidetracked on V-fins. V-fins! Get back on your stand. Well, they weren't that. Oh well, it's not part of this anyways. So there is actually an extra gimmick down here in the feet. It's got arms. I don't know, it's the best place to put feet is in your arms. Arms, feet, whatever. Legs, words. Claws! How does it work? Tell me how it works, Chris.
You have two
outer claws that fold this way? Or the other way?
The other way, yeah.
Aha! I've discovered the fingers. And then I've got another little guy here that goes this way.
It's in between.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it. Sorry, guys. Major focusing problems there. So you do get the extra claw hand right in here. That's actually such a tiny hinge. It's frightening. And you actually do have a little beam emitter right there. So if one were so inclined... I didn't actually give you some of my beam sabers, did I?
No.
Okay. I do have funny story. Right over here. Yeah, look, right here. For everybody who hasn't seen this, you definitely haven't seen it. It's your first time here.
Oh.
It's my bucket of beam sabers.
It's an armory.
It's an armory. The normal beam sabers like this?
They're more...
Well, that's the... Well, yeah, but that's the... That's the square type. You need a round type. It's a round hole. So I don't think if it doesn't come with them, then we'll know. Oh, it does. Okay, so it does come with the 4 square handle beam sabers, but also, I mean, I'll use my own, but you know. But if you have any spare normal beam sabers, he does come with his own. But you can do it here in foot mode. You can do it in flying mode, whatever. Just to walk around and have more beam sabers happening from his body all at once. So he's like, I can do all the things. I can be General Grievous too. Well, except here, the only problem is Exia can only hold 2 of his beam sabers at any given point. Because he can't do like the beginning Gundam where he can hold them between his fingers. So that would be that would be how you take your Exia up a notch if you did that. So here you have Exia using his leg beam sabers to the full lift ability to kill his alternate universe self, who is so not about it he hasn't even put his arms up. Don't kill me, bro.
Not impressed. He's like, I'm not impressed.
Alright guys, so well that's pretty much it. There's not a whole lot more to talk about this kit. It's an Exia with more stuff on it. Which, as we've discovered while just trying to pose it for this, is not necessarily a great thing. So the arm is not quite strong enough to hold this weapon up when it's fully loaded. It just drops to a certain point. So it does come down to the polycaps and stuff like that being a problem, but you might have to beef up the joints in the future if you're really going to load this guy out. The legs are okay because they're not standing, but if he is going to be standing on something, you're going to want to definitely work on those ankles and the feet. And the crotch grabber is not always grabbing the crotch. It's kind of annoying. I'm just going to go with a little bit more lean forward. That's a little bit better, I think. Come up a little higher. There we go. It's pretty cool. Getting this thing into a pose for thumbnails is going to be interesting, but for the money, it's a hell of a kit.
Yes.
I mean, that's kind of what it comes down to for a lot of people. Is it worth the money? Well, it's a very expensive kit, one way or the other. And you got this from one of my favorite sources. You got this from YM Gunpla Sales on YouTube, on Facebook. And you had no problems with service, right?
No, not at all.
Like stupid fast. Stupid fast service, decent shipping. And, well, it was at your house. Like, you ordered it Friday. It was there Monday or Tuesday.
It was there Saturday.
Oh, that's right. You ordered it before I did. That's right, yeah. So, go check out YM Sales, by all means. And, yeah. I mean, you paid a little bit over Japanese retail for it, but you got it a month before anybody else. And, of course, I appreciate you being able to help me out and bringing it over so that I could look at it, even though I think I've spent most of the time knocking stuff off of it, much like that. That entire butt skirt is not... Yeah, that butt skirt is actually not attached. I'm just being honest. It's actually completely come off at this point.
That's been a struggle. If you can just snap it in there just to get it right, then it's on there.
Oh, I forgot the crotch skirts really move. So that actually gives it a little more weight. Trying to get this thing to balance on that center crotch point is not easy. So if you're going to have it on a stand, and I'll tell you this, not just those guys, glue it to that connector. Like, give it a good mechanical grab, so if it's always going to stay on the stand, it's not coming off. Or it's not going to rock. It's not going to flip-flop like this one's been doing the entire time. So I definitely suggest doing that, guys. Just for your own safety, because it's an expensive kit, and we don't want it to fall the fuck over. I'm going to have to bleep that.
Or you can get the forking section instead of using those.
Yeah, but the fork, it's barely gripping it, and it's just pivoting on the legs. So any shift forward or back, it's gone. So the fork is good for some things, but I would suggest gluing it in with the fork as well. Actually getting that extra little crouch on. And we talked about this, the shoulder beam sabers are so crowded on the head right now, it's kind of silly. Oh, there goes that whole shoulder armor. But guys, go ahead and check out the Patreon. I'll just go ahead and do the closing thing here. Check out the Patreon if you want to go over there and help donate to the channel. Every little bit helps to keep me able to do things like 00CTOBER for you guys. And this was a very expensive 00CTOBER this year, so every little bit can help. I do still have a couple Patreon guys left. I do need more of you guys. And by the way, they got to buy some 00CTOBER shirts before everybody else. So make sure you also grab you a Double October shirt, or any kind. Also, I believe if you buy more than one, you actually can get a discount. So, and actually, Patreons get free shipping as well. So, more bonuses. So, all right, guys, go over there, buy shirts, please. Buy some Double October shirts because they're really cool. Chris is gonna get one.
Yes.
Maybe two.
Maybe or.
Are you gonna get the Celestial? You're gonna get the Gundam Meister colors. Yeah. So I actually do have the cheaper shirts in all of the Gundam Meister colors. So guys, go check those out. Go check out the Double October tour shirts today. It's called being a salesman. But guys, that's it for this Master Grade Monday and this Double October. Of course, thanks to Chris for bringing this thing over, even though it's kind of a floppy mess now.
Oh, you're very welcome.
And maybe today you can finish it while you're here if you got time.
Oh, most definitely.
I'll show you how to use Markset or Marksauthor.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. So, guys, we'll catch you on the next one. Remember, as always, to keep on building.
And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
That, too. I don't bother telling them to like, because odds are they're going to. Like it!
Oh.
Like it, like it, like it!